What's up, guys? It's Ricky Armstrong here, back with another Bible study deck profile. Today, like a little bit of a double feature. We played TCG Con, the PPG event. It was a 100-ish man event. It ended up being like a 2K prize support. We ended up splitting top eight. I got fifth after Swiss. My one loss was to Flunder. Shout out Ryan Fletcher. And then afterwards, I went to a case tournament where I placed first. I went undefeated. I lost one game the entire tournament to Earth Machines. I guess that happened. But yeah, I guess really quickly, just shout out to this guy right here, Michael Baker. He's my main testing partner. We make all of our lists together, basically. Big shout out to Trevor from Bible Study, Liam from Bible Study, Aaron, Mark, the other guys that I test with mostly Trevor is who I test with, Alejandro behind the camera, and then there's also a bunch of other local players. I'm not gonna tell you all by name, but specifically Ryan Fletcher and Javi Soto, I guess, are the two who also ended up topping. So congrats to them. So anyways, really quick, I played Evil Twin Spright. There's nothing too spicy about the deck profile, but I figured I'd like get a good standard list out there. I've seen some other ones. I'm not a big fan of some of the things that they're doing, and yeah. The biggest inspiration is from Mateo's deck list, so big shout outs to him for top performing EU nationals. That guy is insane. And he has one card in the extra deck that I just realized is the best card in the extra deck. So we'll start off with the starters. So 3 Spright starter for your one cards, 2 of the Stitch, 2 Lila, and 1 Kill. So you have a total of 8 1-card starters, which ends up being enough. Like you see them. We play 41 cards, no Prosperity, no Desires. So that's why I play a second Snitch, because we don't play Prosperity or Desires. You could bump this up to 3 and you could cut one of the defensive cards, but I didn't have any problems today. I haven't run the math 100%, but I think it's fine. Also, you play the 1 Frost as the extender. So yeah, it was really good. Obviously, nothing to say about that. And then you play the Frogs, 3 and 1. I didn't want to play Duke because of Super Poly, and also because it's a brick, So I don't know why you'd play that card. My slot frog fell on the floor. And then 3 Jet, 3 Blue, and then 1 of each of these. I can see playing Pixies. I actually think Pixies is like a little underrated. I think card's actually not bad, but I don't play Gin Buster, so I didn't play it. But if you play Gin Buster and you don't play Pixies, you're not very good. If you play Gin Buster, you have to play Pixies, or else it doesn't make any fucking sense. So there's your starter extenders. So for the defensive cards, I played 3 Talents. Somehow this card, I keep thinking this card's gonna be bad because everyone's playing Board Breakers, and then somehow everybody manages to activate monster effects on your fucking turn anyways. So I guess the card's just good. I mean, it was really good today. I have no complaints. The card just ends up always being good. And then, so at PPG, I played 40 cards, and I played 2 enemy controller. So the change I made for the case tournament is I added a 3rd enemy controller for 2 reasons. 1, because I found a secret, and 2, because this card overperformed a lot. I played a lot of Spright Mirrors. I played 4 Spright Mirrors. I lost all 4 dice rolls, and I went 8-0 in games that I was going second at PPG Con, at TCG Con, by the way. I just felt like the Twins gave me an edge, and going second in the mirror. But yeah, enemy controller overperformed, so I wanted to play more, and I was pretty happy with it. So that's for the spell defensive cards, and I guess you also play these 2 as spell defensive cards. Smashers and Call by the Grave. I don't know why you wouldn't play them. And then the hand traps. 2 Ogre, 2 Ash, 2 Bell, 3 Crow, 3 Imperm. Imperm's the best hand trap in the format. Crow is pretty good. Crow underperformed a little bit today, to be completely honest. It's possible that going into tomorrow's event, I end up cutting 1 Crow and I go back to 40. But I kind of wanted the 12. It gives you so that way you're 52% to see 2 hand traps going second, which is not bad. And you also have a bunch of other defensive cards. So with the talents and the econs, you end up being really close to 60% to seeing, or 60% to seeing 3 or something. So when you have 6 cards, so it's pretty good. The math works out pretty well. So yeah. So for the main deck, the only change I can see is maybe changing the Crow for something else and siding the Crow, because the Crow is not super good. The extra deck was perfect. I wouldn't change a thing. 3 Elf, Dark, Double Kill, Lila, Phoenix. Phoenix came up for me a lot. I understand why Mateo plays Cerberus, but it just didn't happen to me. The Hovness play never came up for me. I understand why he does it, though. Yeah. So shout outs to him. 2 Gigantic, Centuria, Toad, Downerd, Zeus, Mannequin Cat. Oh my goodness, is this card insane? So here's why I won all my Spright mirrors, guys, because my opponents were activating Gigantic Spright. So they activated one Gigantic Spright per turn. But I was activating Mannequin Cat and Gigantic Spright. So I was activating two Gigantic Sprites a turn. So somehow I just managed to basically cheat my way through the event by activating Gigantic Spright twice per turn, which was absolutely fucking bonkers to me. Mannequin Cat is insane. I don't even know how to explain how good the card was. Yeah, you need to play it. I don't know if it's as good in the non-twin versions, but in the twin version it has to be mandatory. And then for the side deck, here are the cards I would not change. So Mind Control, Change of Heart, Harpy's Feather Duster, leave this to the side. Anchor-Tops, Evenly, and 3 Reboots. I would not change this. I would not touch this at all. All these cards were fantastic. I sided these 3 in against the Spright Mirrors, and then I also sided in usually Reboot just to hit a pointer or anti-spell. You also sided Harpies, but then if they have anti-spell, then it doesn't do anything, right? So that's why I was siding in Red Reboot, and I don't like Evenly in the mirror, so these 3 were always coming in. And then I played different side decks for the Case tournament and for the PPG just because I was expecting different metas. So I was expecting a lot more Rogue at the Taste tournament because it's just a Case tournament. It's not like a 2K, right? So at that event, I ended up playing 3 Dark Ruler No More, 2 Dynamiscus, and 2 Nibiru. I think Dynamiscus is really good in this deck. It's a level 2 that can summon itself back when you're playing against Eldritch, which helps you extend. It's an Aqua Water, so it helps you play under Gozen to make Toad. It also is just like a banish that hits Mystic Mine. So like I thought this card was better than Cosmic because like the way that the format is, it's like a little bit slower. So I think you have time to activate Dynamiscus. I played these for the Case tournament, but I don't think I would again. I just didn't feel good siding them in any matchups. I don't know. I'm just not a fan of like Dark Ruler is just super awkward because they side an anti-spell and then you just kind of get shit on. So I don't know. I really missed anti-spell myself. Going forward, I would swap these for 3 anti-spell, and then I would think about maybe putting like 3 ogres and 3 bells in the main, and then moving the crows to the side or something like that. So that's what I would do going forward. So yeah, I guess finally, last shout out, we will have Michael's deck profile also on the channel probably a day or 2 after mine. He played Punk Tier Element with some spice. So, stay tuned for that. Thank you guys for following, and yeah.